Hello besties and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chloe and I am just a silly girl. I am so excited for this vlog because we are going to be reading arcs only, and these are all arcs that I have been so excited to be approved for, and we are finally here. The time has come. I have gotten all these arcs from NetGalley. I got a little bit excited and requested too many. These are all arcs for April and then one comes out early May. So you are getting the inside scoop on all these new releases. In order for us to get through these arcs, we're gonna read them together. The first arc we'll be reading in this vlog is Unbound by Peyton and Corinne. This is book 3 of the Undone series, which is a college hockey romance. And it also covers a lot of mental health topics, a lot of tense topics for these college students. And I really loved Unloved a lot. Unsteady was a great book one that foundationally really set up this found family type of vibe that we're getting. I don't know if it was I saw an improvement between books really, but I just liked Unloved a lot more. And I liked the characters a lot, and I think I just connected to it a little bit better. This is giving forbidden for some reason. Something happened that we're not aware of between them that they've been teasing in the other books, and I guess we're finally gonna find out what it is/was, and hopefully get to the bottom of it, because I love both of these characters based on the first 2 books, and I'm really excited to get their story. It also seems to be a little bit more artsy and poetry based, so I'm looking forward to seeing that side of it. We're just gonna get right into it because, like I said, we're on a time schedule here. We gotta get through these arcs in the month of April, and we're starting with Unbound because this is actually on my March TBR, and it is now March 30th. And so we will be getting right to it. Unbound comes out April 10th. So excited to read this book. Let's just get right into it. I am 20% into Unbound. This yearning. It's past, present, and the present is tense. So it's like a senior year versus freshman year storyline right now. And like I said, Bennett and Paloma are in the first 2 books, so you kind of know them already, but this is giving us a much deeper dive into who they are. A lot of stuff is being slowly uncovered that we obviously didn't see because they were just side characters in the other books. Peyton Corinne's writing is good. I like the way that she's writing this past present. I just sat and read for over an hour straight, so that was really nice. This is definitely the break from fantasy that I needed and to switch to a romance. It's not hee romance yet. The characters are definitely dealing with mental health things and past trauma, so I urge you to read the trigger warnings before you start reading, just because it's very prevalent even in the beginning. It's so good so far. I'm so glad that I'm finally reading it. I have been putting this off for so long, but I'm gonna take a break for now and go to my workout class, and then I will update you again when we have more to talk about. I'll see you soon. Hello besties. I have been reading Unbound for over an hour and wait, oh my god. I've been reading Unbound for 2 hours maybe. I can't put it down. I'm at 38%. I always forget how much I love Second Chance until I read Second Chance. And then I'm reminded. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I want them to rekindle whatever it is they had. Girl, what are you doing? Penny wants to say hi. We're just gonna roll with it, okay? Miss Penn wants to be involved. So I love that we're seeing different sides of these people because they are not who I thought they were going to be. I think Paloma is more similar to what I expected. Bennett is not, though. Bennett comes off so broody and quiet in the first 2 books, and this is just completely different. It's coming off so different that I'm now having to connect the 2 in my brain actively. Like when you read the Windy City series and you get to Rio's book and you're like, yeah, that's Rio. This feels different. It's not yeah, that's Bennett. It's oh, this is Bennett, which is cool in a way. This is so silly. She wants to be in the vlog so bad. Every time I post a TikTok or an Instagram reel, everybody always comments how Penny has to be in it. You guys, it's all the time, okay? This girl, she just likes to be here. She just likes to be nearby. Anyway, I'm really enjoying Unbound. I am shocked that I'm at 38%. I'm gonna keep on reading, and I'm probably gonna read when I get in bed before I actually go to sleep. If I finish this in March, meaning I have to finish it by the end of tomorrow, I will have slayed my March TBR so hard. So now I'm kind of on that mission, but I don't want to like zoom through it too fast and miss things. Like I do want to sit and appreciate the book. So if everything lines up and we finish it on March 31st, that would slay. Time to go back to reading. Thank you for this little kiki break. It really helped. We will see you tomorrow morning with another update. Good morning, besties. I did read more of Unbound before I went to bed, and we are at 56%. My Wi-Fi is out this morning. Tragic, which means I guess I have to read because I can't work. I'm feeling confident that we can finish this today. You know I got my reading buddy here with me. She would never make me read alone. I've been thinking more about how I feel like Bennett doesn't line up with Bennett in previous books, and it's hard to have that complaint because the author is telling us who Bennett is and has been, but it's just like not the same as my perception of Bennett in the other books. But maybe that's supposed to be the case. I don't know. Maybe present Bennett is just quiet and broody around everyone but her. So we'll see what pans out with the story. Let's just keep reading. Okay, besties, I have made it to 68%. My Kindle says I have 2 hours and 14 minutes left, but I need to start working. But this book is so good, I don't want to put it down. I'm finally at the problem that happened between them in the past timeline. Now I just want to read the whole rest of the book. I need to stop here or else I'm not going to put it down for the next 2 hours and 14 minutes. So you can't just put these words on these pages and expect me to not carry them around with me. That's where we're at. I'm loving it. Ugh. Okay, time to do some work, unfortunately. We will be back in the afternoon, though, to continue reading because that's all I'm going to think about while I'm working. I need to keep on reading this book. All right, besties, I'm back from my workout class. And we're at 90% of this book, so we're going to read the rest together. Let's get going. Why am I crying right now? Oh, I shed a tear, but it went into my eye patch. I'm emo. Why am I emo? We finished it. Or did it finish me? You know a book is good when you want to read the acknowledgements. Well, this is unexpected. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 stars. That was a 4. And we finished it in March. I have not betrayed my TBR for a second time. That's so exciting. My. Well, that was good. That was really good. You just get so attached to characters sometimes. The end was so heartfelt. I can't even think about it. I'm gonna start crying again. The ending was good. The only thing is I felt like the book ended around like the 80% mark, but then they tie up the rest of the plot lines, I guess. I highly recommend, especially if you've read the first 2, definitely continue the series. That was a great start to this vlog. I am going to actually continue with my next arc. So the second arc that I've been reading is City of Gods and Monsters, and I'm around 70% of the book. However, when I started this book, it did say it was going to take me like 14 plus hours. So I decided not to vlog the whole thing, but I will catch you up to my thoughts and feelings. I will say the first 30% took me a very long time to get into, and I just was not fully hooked. I was like, this is feeling really slow, but it is the first book in an urban fantasy, and I just think that's how it goes sometimes. Like, I would say after 30%, I started reading the book way faster because I was so much more hooked. So if you're going to read it, definitely go into it with that in mind. So far, I would recommend. I think if you've read Crescent City, you would like City of Gods and Monsters. They're pretty equal to each other in terms of density and the type of world they're in. I'm going to continue reading this for the rest of the night until I go to bed. We'll catch up tomorrow and read a little bit together. Hopefully I can finish this book within the next couple days. We're killing this NetGalley art game right now. You and I are in this together, and we're doing great. See you soon. besties. It is a couple days later. I have read a little bit more of City of Gods and Monsters. We're at 86%. It's getting a little cuckoo. I have 14% to read, and it says it's going to take me an hour and 40 minutes. So, considering I started around 14 hours of reading the entire book, 1 hour and 40 minutes is insane. We're really getting down to the wire. This book is finally revealing what's going on, and it's getting crazy. So let's read a little bit together. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. I can see where the series would go from here in some ways, but also, like, a lot of the storylines were tied up. I don't know plot-wise where this is going. Wild book, though. I will say the very beginning totally reminded me of Crescent City. Like, the world, the beginning plot, like, a lot of it is very similar to House of, Earth and Blood or something. I also have not read much urban fantasy, so it's like Crescent City and this are basically the only ones that I've read before, but they're very, very similar in the beginning. So I guess I just wasn't expecting for the books to be so similar in the beginning, and I was like, oh, this just feels like I'm reading Crescent City again. I wasn't sold for like 30% of the book. In the beginning, though, I liked Darian, our male main character, but Loren, our female main character, I was like not sold on. I don't know. It just doesn't give like FMC of a fantasy book. So in this world, Loren is human, and she's in a world of like every type of magical being you can think of. Loren is being hunted basically, and she doesn't know why. And then instead of taking her, they take her friend. This happens in the first chapter, so this isn't like spoilers, but Loren basically befriends a bounty hunter to figure out where her friend is and why she's being hunted. In the beginning, she wasn't giving like fearless female main character. She was giving like woe is me, helpless victim. And I don't like that much, but it got better after 30%. They started giving more context and more lore, and then I really started to enjoy it. So if you start this book and you're struggling, I think that you should try to get past 30%, because that's when stuff starts coming out of the woodwork and then you actually get hooked on the plot. This book is way too dense. There does not need to be this many words. Like, why is it this many pages? It's so long for no reason. But I did enjoy it. So once I got past the 30% mark, I was sucked in. I was dedicated to finishing it. But the burn is so slow. This romance is slow burn. The romance does feel like kind of like a side plot, but it's also heavily there. So I really enjoyed that book. I'm definitely going to read the next one. This is a re-release arc, so the first 4 books are out, and I'm going to keep on reading. Like, I recommend this book. I think it was really good. If you're willing to like commit to a super long book, this is pretty good. So thank you for reading the end with me. Like I said, it was just way too dense to vlog, like reading the whole thing. We are like 2 for 2 on arcs so far. Arc number 2 is done. We are 2 down. I will see you when we're starting the next arc. Hello, besties. It has been like a week, tops. I think it's been a week. I ended up reading another book in between arcs, but today is the day we're starting the Thorn Queen. Rose Bargain left off in a cliffhanger, and I've been needing to know what happens. So I figured we could read a little bit because we're done with work and we have a good amount of time before my bar class. So why not sit and read before we go work out a bunch? I think my expectations for this are around 4 stars, because that's what I rated the first one. That's my preliminary guess. Not much besides that to say. I guess we'll just start reading and see what happens. Besties, we are back. It is quite later in the evening. I took a break to go to my workout class, and we are now at 23% of the book. I just did a little bit more reading, and this is moving. It's hard to tell what the overall plot of this book is. We're like hitting tiny plot points and like moving the story forward like inch by inch, but I'm like what's the goal here? What are we doing in this book? But it's a quick read. It definitely feels super YA. Like this book feels like a YA book. I know the Rose Bargain, I was like a little bit unsure because it kind of felt YA, but then there was like a spicy scene. It was like closed door in that it wasn't very detailed, but we knew what was happening. We all been known, okay? It's definitely reading YA, so we're making strides in this book by 23%. So I do like that aspect of it, that we are keeping it moving, because honestly, otherwise I don't know how into it I would be. So we're gonna keep on reading, but I just had to give you a little update now that I've gotten a bit into the book. Like, we are moving as a book, but again, I don't really know what the plot is yet. I don't know. It's just like plopped us back in, but it's just been talking so far and like slight reveals here and there. Nothing really jaw-dropping, but it's okay so far. I do think that we'll be updating soon because based on how quickly I'm getting through this, I think we'll be at 50% pretty soon. So I'm gonna do some skincare and keep on reading and just have a cool and chill night. I will check back in with you when I know what's going on in this book. Good morning. We are in the throes of the Thorn Queen, y'all. I'm at 40%. I now know what's happening and I'm a little bit angry, I'm not gonna lie. This book is kind of making me upset. I don't like this plot. I don't like the characters. I feel really upset for our main character, I guess is how I should say it. Like, I like the main characters. I don't like the side characters. They're making me angry. But I really hope that it turns it around because right now I'm like not even sure we're at a 3, which is really disappointing because I've been looking forward to reading this and the first book was so good. This one is definitely less silly goofy. Like, I liked how silly goofy the first one was with like an undertone of a serious plot, but now it's just too serious and sad and upsetting. And I'm really hoping that there's a bit of redemption at some point because this is just upsetting me, unfortunately. So yeah, this is not how I thought this read was gonna go. I thought we were going into like a silly little fantasy, and yeah, I'm not liking the decisions about this plot. An unfortunate update. But again, I hope it turns around because I like this series. I like the writing. But I'm like, this is not what I thought I signed up for. I quite literally signed up to read this. I did not realize this is what was gonna happen. So, but 40% in and I'm like, but we keep on trucking. If you end up reading this book, let me know how you felt about it. But yeah, I'm just not loving it. I'm not loving the plot. I feel like we're in a lose-lose situation for our FMC, and I think that's why I'm not liking it, because I'm like, I don't have any hopes. I think it's that I feel so hopeless right now. Ugh. I will let you know how my experience continues. Here's hoping. Okay, I'm only at 43%, so we haven't gotten much further, but the last chapter or two that I read, it made me realize a couple things. So I forgot to mention that we have multiple POVs going on here, so we're able to get some thoughts from other people. But the thing that I realized is that this is reminding me of Powerless, but the parts that I didn't like about Powerless. So I liked book 1 of Powerless. Book 2 was okay, and book 3 I did not like. And this is reminding me of book 3 because the Rose Bargain series is a love triangle situation in a way, a love square. There's like a lot going on. In Powerless, you really like one of them, like a lot. You love one of them, in fact. And the other person in the triangle is just okay, and you like him, but you don't want him for the main character, you know? Which I feel like tends to be a lot of good love triangles. In this book, you hate one of them. Like, you absolutely hate him. And then the other one is, like, good to okay at times. I'm trying not to, like, give away anything, but this book is making me really, really hate one of them. And I have a really hard time seeing how it's going to be redeemed, if anything. Yeah, I'm realizing, like, it's giving Powerless a little bit in the way that I did not like the love triangle in the third book. So if you liked the love triangle in the third book, you might feel a bit more positively about this book, but I was not a fan of Fearless, and so I think that is what the issue is here. and I've discovered it. I've made the connection. We've figured it out. That's why I'm struggling with this book. More updates to come, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to rate this book. I'm gonna have to just finish it and see my overall feelings. Hopefully my thoughts change as we continue reading. Oh my god. Okay, I'm at 80% now, and I just read the craziest part, and I'm so confused by it. I think I was in the minority that I didn't like Fearless, so I don't know if I'm very trustworthy in this case. I'm really tired though, so we're probably gonna end up finishing this in bed before sleep, and I'll be able to think about my thoughts and feelings on the book a little bit more, and then we can discuss in the morning. Good morning, everyone. We have completed the Thorn Queen, and I have good news and bad news. The good news is the end of the book got way better. Post 80%, much better. The bad news is this book was, dare I say, very, very close to Fearless. I wish this was like almost a spoiler vlog so that I could do all the comparisons and share what is making me feel that way, but obviously I'm not gonna spoil this book because it comes out April 14th, I think. By the time this vlog is out, this book will be out. And some of you might know what I'm talking about. It also did this thing that books do. I don't know if it's a trope or like a plot point, but like fantasy books tend to do this, and I don't like when they do that. So that kind of sealed the deal for me, unfortunately. I feel like it's a bit of a convenient thing when they do it. The shock value is like not worth it to me for the plot twist. So that's how I feel about this book, unfortunately, which sucks because I loved book 1 and I rated the Thorn Queen 2.5. And that really, really pains me. Like, I hate to give a book a negative review, but like after I signed up to read it early and then I'm like, I'm sorry, like, yeah. That's what comes with being an ARC reader, is like you gotta be honest sometimes, but it's definitely geared for like YA. I mean, I should have known that. I don't mind YA a lot of the time, but I think if I had read this like as a teenager, I would have loved it. I did like the romance, I will say that. I thought the yearning was good. The FMC and the MMC, they were written well. Ivy, our female main character, I liked her as a character. I was rooting for her, I was invested in what was going on for her. It's just that everything else in the world like was so sad and dreadful, like did not feel like we were gonna come out on top at all, and I just like did not see any way for it to get better, hence the convenience plot point that I did not like. I do think I'm in the minority, like I was for Fearless. It's a duology too, so unfortunately that is the end of this story. So I'm really sad that I didn't like how it ended. Again, I encourage you to try it yourself. Like if you, especially if you liked Fearless, if you like The Rose Bargain, I think you should try to read it regardless, because I think the chances that you like the Thorn Queen are gonna be way higher than what my opinion is. Anyway, our last arc that we have to read is Lessons in Falling, which I am really excited about because I think this could be our redemption right here. I loved books 1 and 2. Lessons in Faking, I have a bookshelf trophy from the publisher because I had to email them about how much I loved it. Lessons in Forgiving, so good. Love a second chance, love a dual POV. So Lessons in Falling, I actually haven't really read anything about what it's about. So I don't know what we're getting ourselves into, and I kind of am cool with that. So I'll meet you back here when it is time to start the last arc of this video. Good morning, besties. It is time to start Lessons in Falling. I'm so excited. Oh my God. So these books are from Lux Publishing, written by Selina May. I arc read book 1 like last summer or something. Because these are being translated from German, they're coming out very quickly. Great for you because they're all going to be out by May 5th. Lessons in Faking is a girl and her brother's enemy. And this is the Hallbeck University series, so they are all in college. The boys play on a soccer team together. In this book, he becomes her tutor. It is so good. Book 2 is the girl's brother and then his ex-girlfriend, so it's a second chance. The brother is a rising soccer star. The ex-girlfriend is a journalist, and she gets assigned to write a profile on him for the university's paper, which when you read it, you will find out how tea that is. You should read both of those books because Lessons in Falling comes out May 5th. I love a good sports romance. I don't know what it is about a college sports romance that just has me in a chokehold. Okay, so we're gonna start reading Lessons in Falling. I'm not sure if I saved best for last, so we shall see. This is a high contender though, so we'll see what the cards have dealt us at the end. But let's get into reading Lessons in Falling. I got Mochi with here. We've been reading on the couch together for a while. It's been so nice. We are 32% into Lessons in Falling. It's definitely not what I expected, but it's still a cutesy romance. So this book 3 actually doesn't take place at the college, and so that means there's no college and there's no sports. So it's just a romance. It is like a forbidden forced proximity romance, and they're on summer vacation with a group of friends, and it's like her friend's boyfriend's friend. It's still 2 guys from the same soccer team that this series surrounds, but they're not really guys that we've talked to before. And the girl in this book, Valentina, has been mentioned 1 time in the series, because I searched the first 2 books to see when she came up, because I was like, do we know Valentina? We don't. So this is a completely new friend group, and it feels very disconnected from the first 2 books. And this book just doesn't really have a lot of people that we've met before, so it feels a little bit distant from where we were. Basically, Valentina is on vacation with her friends, and her friend's boyfriend invites his friend, and they are forced to share a room on this vacation. And it turns out that she has hooked up with this person in the past. Her friends don't know about it. We're really sitting in the miscommunication that's making it forbidden, and we're kind of leaning on the B plot line in the meantime, which is this summer bucket list. It's feeling more like a summer romance than a sports college romance. I really highly recommend this series overall. I think Selina May's writing is really, really good. I don't know what it is about it. I can't really explain, but I just get sucked into her books every time. We should have more insight on the next check-in though. So I will see you then. Good morning, besties. It is like 2 days later because I did a lot of my reading last night. We are about 89% into Lessons in Falling. I got a little crazy. I stayed up a little bit to read. So like I said, this is like a forbidden summer romance with forced proximity. It's like a summer vacation with their friends, and there is a summer bucket list vibe going on. I don't know if it's A plot or B plot. It's kind of just like weaved through. It feels like the B plot. The reason it's forbidden is because of miscommunication, and I hate miscommunication tropes. So I'm not liking this as much as I thought I would. I just don't feel connected to these characters either, because this is supposed to be an interconnected book in a series and we've never met them before. I think that's fine, but I also just wish it was taking place at the university during school time. The previous characters are nowhere to be found. It's still a good book. It's not what I thought it was going to be, and I'm a little bit underwhelmed in that sense. The obstacles the characters have to overcome, they're kind of inconsequential to me. Like, I don't think these problems are that big and shouldn't be keeping them apart, in my opinion. Like, they could be easily fixed if they just had one conversation with everyone around them. The other 2 books are so good, y'all. Do not let this cloud your judgment of those. Although, I think that I'm being super critical because I was very critical of the Thorn Queen too, and I think I'm just kind of in that mood where, like, I need a 5-star read, and I think that's why I'm giving the Thorn Queen and Lessons in Falling so much flack, is like, I want to be wowed right now. I'm reading Binding 13 at the same time, and that book is wowing me. Usually I'd be fine with like a little summer romance, so I do think I'm being a little harsh on the book because it is fun. I'm reading it fast and I'm liking it. I'm just not loving it, and I think it's making me feel more negatively in general, like not specifically about the book's contents, but I'm just like, ugh, you know. I feel like I'm being a little more harsh on it because of that. I don't know if that made sense, but I'm curious to see what other people's thoughts are. So, like I said, we are 89% into Lessons in Falling, so we're just gonna finish that book right now. Maybe the end of the book will change my mind a little bit. Okay, so let's wrap this book up finally, and then we will discuss our final thoughts. was good. It was good. I'm not super sold on thinking it's better than the other books in the series. I think I'm gonna give it like 3 to 3.25, 3.5, somewhere in there. You can see my final rating in my monthly wrap. I do think if you like summer romance and bucket list romance, you should check it out. I did like the bucket list aspect. I wish that they leaned more into it because, like I said, it felt like it was a B plot to the whole miscommunication thing. I do think that you should check out this series as a whole. I will say for this arc, I think we ended on a good one. I was really looking forward to this arc. I liked it. It was good. So overall, our arc reading was very successful. We got through 4 arcs in this video. Might have set myself up a little bit badly by starting so strong, because I'm wondering if that affected my ratings of the other 2. I don't think The Thorn Queen or Lessons in Falling were bad books. I think I just was expecting something different, and that's kind of what affected my judgment of it. I do think that you should check each one of these arcs out. They were all very fun to read. I think you need to read The Rose Bargain and Lessons in Faking for sure. So take that away from this video, if anything. Thank you so much for helping me get through all these arcs. I feel like my NetGalley ratio is gonna thank me so much after this video. I feel like I just finished a big homework assignment. I feel so accomplished. And I will see you all in the next one. Stay cozy.